Hi guys, welcome to Talking with Ken J. I'm Kendra Jones, and today we're going to discuss why women settle. It's a very big topic, a very broad topic, and I really believe that there's many reasons why we settle as women. There's many reasons why we just put up what we put up, whether it's in relationships, whether we settle with career choices, we settle with friendships, we settle with a lot of things. And I picked this topic because I was at work earlier today, and one of the young ladies at the job was saying that she felt like she was trapped in this relationship with her child's father because he's her child's father. She felt like she was obligated to stay in the relationship. And in my mind, I was like, why do we do that to ourselves as women? I feel as though we put up with a lot more than what these men will put up with us. And you can either agree or not. My opinion, this is basically off my experience. So her situation was, I'm not going to say her name, but her situation was that she works two jobs. She comes home every day and he's always home. He doesn't cook, he doesn't clean, and he does not work. So in her mind, she didn't understand, like, why isn't he motivated? Why he don't see that she's tired? Because she would love to quit one of her jobs so he can pick up a job. They just had a baby a few months ago, and she said she feel like she's missing out because she drops the child off to daycare. Like, a lot of stuff that she was saying. And in my mind, I was like, we just settle for things when it comes down to men in relationships. It's because we either don't want more, we don't believe we can get more, we don't feel we deserve more, and we just don't know that there's more out there for us. And it all depends on about ourselves. I'm a strong believer in self-love. I'm a strong believer in loving yourself, creating your own peace and happiness, and not looking for your friends or men to give that for you. I feel as though a lot of us as women, we settle, especially like with relationships, just like with jobs and friends, because we don't know what else is out there, what could be possible, what's more that is for us, because we've dealt with a lot. I'm a person who's been through a lot of different relationships, bad, some good, some I regret, some I can say, I wish I would have did this a little differently. Some I don't know why the hell I was with. Um, even with jobs, like, we stay at jobs way longer than we need to because we get comfortable, we get complacent, we get accustomed, we get used to, we get all of that, and then we wind up 2 or 3 years later still stuck in the same predicament, still stuck in the same situations. So why do we do it, ladies? Why? What is your reasoning for staying in something too long? What is your reason especially when like, with us women, we have this intuition thing about us. It's that voice and it's that feeling that's inside of us, especially when it come down to our men, come down to people. It's just something inside us lets you know, this ain't right. No, I don't feel comfortable. It's an uneasy feeling, and we choose to ignore it sometimes because we either think that we don't recognize that is our warning sign to let us know, halt, something about this ain't good, something about this ain't right, this right here ain't for you. Or we know it, we just choose to just leave it by the wayside because we don't want to fall to it. The fear of being without it. When you get complacent and you get comfortable with stuff, it becomes your norm. It becomes your natural. It becomes what your instincts is so used to doing. But one thing about us as women, the strength that is inside of us that God has created for us, we have to activate for ourselves. We have to grab hold and take that thing for ourselves. Strong enough to walk away from people, walk away from relationships, walk away from material things, walk away from stuff that's not good for us just because we feel like it's good to us. Making sense? One thing I realized, and I've went through this, especially with friendships, I had to begin to look at the quality of a friendship and not the quantity. Meaning, no, I don't care how many years we've been around each other, how many years we've been together, how long I've known you. If in that time there has been no evolution, there has been no rise, nothing that's worth taking from, that ain't for you. I learned that the hard way. I learned that sometimes when certain people are trying to remove themselves from us and some people are trying to walk away from us, let them go, let them move, let them flee. That is a sign that clearly this ain't for them. So why do we choose to stay? Why do we choose to deal? Why do we feel like, you know what, I'll put up with this? Why? We have to question ourselves. Like right now, you could be sitting in a house, you don't want to be there. You want to get out. Find ways, let loose, and get out. You sitting at a job. I know I can do more than this. I got so much potential, so much more qualities and skills that I know that I can build somewhere else. Get up and get out. What's stopping you? What's hindering you from making that move? Why continue to settle? One thing I feel like a lot of times that we settle is because we're not happy with ourselves. If you look in the mirror and you don't like the person that's looking back at you, that's a sign, that's a problem. If you're always in a relationship and you don't know how you operate by yourself, that's a sign, that's a problem. How do you expect other people to enjoy your spirits, to enjoy your energy, be comfortable around you when you ain't comfortable by your damn self? That's a sign, that's a problem. Why do we settle? Why do we stay in relationships so long when we know that it's physically, emotionally draining us? Why do we keep people around us? All because that's all I know. We've been around each other all these years. Why do we stay in positions? Because we have the fear of, I don't know what else is out there. Like the lovely Steve Harvey said, sometimes you have to jump. Jumping is your hope. It's your faith. It's the evidence of something that you don't see. It's what you don't see. That hope and faith is what keeps you alive. Your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, all of that stuff, that's your parachute. Your faith is you jumping. Your parachute is your goals that's going to keep you stable enough to say, you know what, I got this. Why settle? When you settle for something, you'll realize that you settled way less than what you really thought you were settling for. When you settle for something, you downgrade yourself. When you settle for something, you have the fear of being uncomfortable. Sometimes it's good to be uncomfortable because when you come uncomfortable, it brings about a change. It brings about a movement. It brings about a steady feeling of, I got to do better. I want better. I need better. So I'm going to go get better. When we get comfortable, we get complacent, we get accustomed, and we get used to. Some of y'all need to get tired of being used to. I know I was. I make decisions in my life to, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to go seek after the positions. I don't care, and I don't feel like I have enough experience of what they say. I'm going to go out for what I want. Because eventually, if I keep throwing myself out there, it's going to come back to me. I have to. Whatever you put out into the universe, it's like a boomerang. It has to come back to you. That don't mean you're not going to have no troubles. That don't mean you're not going to have no hiccups. That don't mean you're not going to have no obstacles. Because anything worth having is going to be worth fighting for. But settling means you've come comfortable, you come complacent, and you have that fear of moving on, fear of success, fear of doing better, fear of getting greater. Fear of activating that strength that's inside of us to want more. If you ever sat at home, because I do this a lot, like, I'm not happy with this. I don't want to do this anymore. That's that intuition inside of you that's telling you to move. Go out and get it. Get up and get it. Like, you have to go out there and aim for what you want. It ain't going to come knocking at your door. It ain't going to come reaching out for you. It ain't going to walk past you. You have to put on your grind. You have to go out there and get it. Because when you do get it, and I mean get it from the mud, meaning you've actually, some people take a step back in their career for a position that's going to gain them the skills so they can be a step forward in the next position to use all of that. That's okay. That's getting it. That's getting it. But when you settle and you stay complacent and you choose not to move because you don't know what else is out there, you're becoming accustomed to. You're becoming used to. And that feeling is going to always be an uncomfortable, unidentifiable discomfort within inside of you. And you cannot put your hand on it because you got to move. Stop settling. Stop settling. You want that job? Boo, go out and get that. Type that resume up. Go out and achieve it. The worst they can say is no. But even when they say no, you can at least say, you know what, I tried. I put my best foot forward. See, it's worse to get told no when you ain't doing nothing about it. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't making moves. You ain't doing nothing. You just going along with it. But when you get a no and you know you working hard, it only empowers you to grind more. I promise you. I promise you. It grinds you to make you want to do more. Okay, so what if I didn't get that position? There's another one out there. Let me keep going. Let me keep searching. This relationship didn't work. I'm not going to give up on love. I'm not going to settle for what he thought I deserved. I'm going to keep working on myself and I'm going to gain more. I'm going to get more. Don't settle. Don't come complacent. Don't come too comfortable. Don't get accustomed to. Don't get used to. There's always something greater out there for us, man. But in order for us to actually have it, we got to go out there and get it. And when we choose not to get it because we get complacent, we get comfortable, we wonder why there's no movement in our life. Next thing you know, 2-3 years have passed by, and you're still in the same position. Why? Why? We have to realize that God has designed us for a purpose. That's my belief. You don't have to believe that. It's my opinion. I strongly believe that people in our lives come for seasons, come for blessings, and come for lessons. It's up to you on what you take from them. Sometimes we keep temporary people as permanent individuals. Nah. When you're working on yourself, you're creating an atmosphere. You're setting boundaries with people. You're creating a peace. You're creating happiness. Can't no outsider come F up that. Can't no outsider come take that from you because it wasn't theirs to take. And then you won't settle for bullshit. You won't settle for a man who don't mean you no good. You won't settle for a job who just gonna downgrade your pay when you know you worth more. You won't settle for friends who only come around when they need something, but in your weakest moments and in the times you really need them, they not never there. You gonna learn to not settle for that when you activate in that strength. That's all I'm saying. So again, I ask, why do we settle? Why do we settle for these relationships with these men? Why do we put up with these relationships with these men? Why do we settle for these friends? I don't care if she was your childhood friend. If she don't mean you no good, if she ain't been there for you when you needed her, and if the quantity is way longer and the quality don't match, baby, flee. Tell that thing to get from around you. Stop settling for these positions. Stop settling for these jobs when you know you want more and you desire more. Work your ass off, put in the work, and go get it. Go get it. Don't settle. Don't become comfortable, and don't become complacent. That's all my time today. Thank you again. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. I'm going to try to post every week. Thanks for talking with Ken J.